Anyway, boom, we are live. Jaxx Vane Studio live, number 55. We are a small independent studio working on a new sailing simulator video game. We are as independent as it gets. It's basically me doing the programming, Jaxx over there doing the graphics, and the hope is to get a demo version of the game out before the end of this year. It's going to be a very limited demo, but it's going to be free, and it's going to hopefully allow people to race online. It's probably going to be very rough on the edges when it comes to things like selecting controllers and things like that. So super work in progress, but it's not going to be an early access. So I'm trying to check how it works on Steam to get a free demo out, and then eventually later get the game either in early access, but it's going to be somewhere next year to see this. But the demo hopefully soon, so hopefully we can start playing online together. That's my hope. As for today, what's your plan, Jaxx? Is it unwrap day?
I think so. I'm gonna unwrap this beast.
So, you want to explain what unwrap mean?
Mapangkul. I don't know.
You don't know what unwrap means? That's a good start.
It's like I have to flatten these things. I don't know how to explain it.
Flatten?
Yeah, flatten the object, I think.
Perhaps unwrap means setting the coordinates so you can put a texture on it?
Yes, you always have answer for everything.
And is it a job that you like, or is it a job?
No.
Is a job that you hate? Is the worst?
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, I can just I think I can just go to the substance painter without unwrapping. Like it does it automatically there.
Right.
Yes, but you said that I have to do it manually so other people can put their texture on it.
Correct.
Put the thing, yes.
Correct.
So yeah, I have to do that.
Right. So that's what you're going to do today.
Yes.
Very exciting day.
No.
Right.
I really hate unwrapping ko.
Right.
It's like, I'm doing a puzzle or something.
Right.
Anyway.
So we both have a not very positive day, because it's not only is Monday, but today for me is UI week. Yeah. Which means I'm going to work mostly on user interface stuff for the game. So we'll start very easy today because I still have stuff to do. But the idea is to basically work on the what you see at the beginning of the game. So the place where you will be able to select what kind of mode you want to play. If you want to play single player, if you want to play multiplayer.
Is it easy to do for the user interface?
It's very tedious. So it's not difficult by itself, but it's very tedious. It's a kind of job that most programmers hate, and it's a kind of job that usually when you first join a game company, that's what you do. You do graphical interface, because we'll start very easy. We'll ease into it because, first of all, I still have something to finish when it comes to the controls. Yesterday, I basically tore down the entire input manager as I had it before, and I rewrote it in a more generic way. Where before I had like this separation between the concept of a button and the concept of an axis, which has been a little bit of a problem that we always had in Assetto Corsa. Like a lot of people wanted, for example, assign buttons to do an axis or an axis to do a button, and they couldn't do it because we have a very, very hard distinction in the Assetto Corsa system within axis and button. So axis is is something like a joystick that can move and give you a continuous value in a range, right? That could be 0 to 1 or -1 to 1, whatever you want to organize it, right? It's got a minimum and a maximum, and you control it throughout this range. A button is an on and off thing, is either pressed or not pressed. Right, so what I did is I got away with this, and now I just have a more generic input command. And what is happening is that when that input command is configured as a key, it just returns a value that is 0 when it's not pressed, and it's 1 when it's pressed. So in the game, you can assign that to axis or buttons, and it doesn't matter. That's cool. I'm happy about that. There is one thing that I'm left with, and is this concept of button axis. So what it is basically I need to find a way to have an axis work with either 2 keys or 2 buttons. So you can define an axis and say, this is the button to go down, this is the button to go up, and this is the gain, the speed that controls how that axis goes up and down when the key is pressed. Right. So that's what's needed, left to be done today on the controls. And then we will do the first UI week thing for the UI week, which is a very simple splash screen. When the game starts right now, we get this ugly thing of a black and white, black with a white rectangle, as the game is loading the initial content, right? So we want to get rid of that black, the black with the white rectangle. We want to get a nice looking splash screen. I'm just going to go the way I like it, which is super minimalistic. Back in the days in Assetto Corsa, I called it like the Apple start screen, where basically it's going to be white with an image in the middle, and eventually probably version number. So very, very similar to what we have in Assetto Corsa 1 as we go. And if I can finish this by 12-ish, I might try to get force feedback on the wheel, which is very cool. If you remember, last Friday we ended the stream completely by surprise, because I wasn't planning to to write the code for the steering wheel, but I was writing the code for the joystick, and I was like, okay, let's try. And it was so cool that I'm completely sold. I'm completely sold to the idea of the steering wheel. To me, steering wheel plus mouse looks like a very good combination for this game. What you want to do? That's the plan for me today. So I'm just going to push on, because I really want to get these two things done, so I can do force feedback and drive a little bit what the players will prefer. For me, I mean, when I tried the steering wheel for the first time last Friday, I was like, that's it. That's the perfect steering wheel and mouse. So steering wheel for the helm, and the mouse wheel and buttons for foils and changing camera position. You end up driving with one hand. So one hand on the helm and the other hand on the mouse, which is a little bit weird, but seems to work perfectly for me. Okay, so W, okay. So we can see here, going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, right. And in theory, if I increase the gain for this. Yeah, perfect. Okay, next is to implement the same thing but with direct input buttons. Right, so let's go back to the input command and add another variant to this, which is a very Java-like direct input button access. Yeah, edex. If you look for edex, it's gonna be difficult. If you look for index, maybe you have some hope to find it. Can we make it work, please? Okay, so doesn't work. No, is this okay? Is the okay? So it works up, it doesn't work down. Up and down, perfect. Okay, I wonder how it feels to actually drive it manually with the foils and the steering wheel. I haven't tried this. I was always with the okay, it's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work because it's not going to work because I can't really constantly adjust it, I think. Yeah, cannot work like this, so I need to move it to some other button. So it could be one of these two. Go figure which button this is. On the moment I will write the code to get rid of that ghost, is always going to be too late. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wrong button. No, I saved it. All right. Let's go. Needs a bit of muscle memory to do it, but it's doable. I mean, with the automatic sale is, it's way easier. You know, just set to the maximum and forget about it. But if you have to control also the sale, it's really difficult. Really, really difficult. This is with automatic sales, and I just have the helm and the foils, and it's definitely playable. With the manual sale, is an absolute nightmare. Okay, so splash screen. So let's start with the splash screen. So the idea is that I already have in my game a concept of level, right, that is currently running. So let's see how difficult this becomes. So if I create a new file called splash screen and we include it in our stuff mod splash screen, pub splash screen, and we want to make it into a level. So implement level for splash screen.
Thank you, the dumb guide. I'm not alone. I thought it was just me.
Right. And we return none. Right. We should get nothing. A whole nothing. Right. Beautiful nothing. Nothing happens. It's a beautiful game. Right.
Okay, let's put some.
I don't know what the English for
because
that would
Italian
be.
does it with expression, no? Aciberdilina.
Clear render target. Okay. Do I have a...
Yeah, I know some Napolitano, but it's really bad.
Device.
What is the baddest Napolitano bad words for? Labuk. Labuk. Okay.
Lorenzo Insigne mode. Java.
No, that's Jawa is it's not a Tagalog word. It's a Bisaya word where I came from in Surigao. Tagalog is the national language po, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we don't speak Tagalog where I live. We speak Bisaya, so it's another language. We understand Tagalog, but the Tagalog people, like from Manila, they don't understand Bisaya. Most of them. Jawa is like
Can I get to white? Yeah. Oh
like
yes,
some
look at
sort
this
of-
white. Nobody does
like
white like me.
Satan or demon. What is it? Was it Zoo Plus one?
Well, it was, yeah. Viewports not set. All right. Alrighty. So, right. Can I have a writing now? Yeah. Ciao bello. Yay. Actually, this orange is pretty. Right. This works. How we do an image? Do I have an image? Do I have label? Where I have the label, do I have an image? Panel. Right, let's write it. It's UI day after all, so let's go for it. Can I reuse a panel? Panel. I could have image as an option texture. Sounds reasonable, right? So image, none. All right, so we have our thing here. So we have to turn that into a beautiful image, and we're going to use a beautiful image for this. Exactly. This beautiful image we're going to use, right? Amazing. Who's this? Who's this genius? The problem is we keep returning references because I didn't know at the time. And well, look at that. It's red. Oh. Yep. Right. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we do all this, and then moment of magic, we create the sim level. So that should show the splash, load the screen, boom, and we're in game. Do it. What time it is? I'm late by 5 minutes. Coffee. Coffee, and we go for first feedback. Should I show the logo?
Oh, the logo for the...
Should I show the real logo? Should I show the real logo?
Well, are we really sure about that? 100%?
I don't know. Well, I'm just going to show the logo. I'm not going to show the name. Almost. Almost. Yay, look at that. So fast, boom. Did you see it? Very fast. Boom.
That's it?
That's it. Splash screen. So I did my job, and now we can play force feedback. So let me do this. Actually, this morning, as you know, guys, I tend to start very early in the morning. This morning I started around 6:30, and I already did this amazing piece of code that allows me to send the force feedback to my wheel. So I can do self direct input, send force feedback to the device 0, for example, of 0.5, right? And we should see the steering wheel move by itself, right? And it moves. Great. All right, so now we have to attach this code. Let's see how we get this stuff from the physics. So we know for sure that the both physics state, right, is going to have, so it's going to have a force feedback signal. Very simple force feedback signal. So the question is how we are going to calculate this force feedback signal. Send force feedback FF. Right. So that should give us some force feedback. What kind of force feedback? I have no idea. Let's see what kind of force feedback we're getting from this thing. How is the unwrapping? That was interesting. Oh shit. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit too strong. All right. I think I will end up. I have to see the value, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me see the value. Let me see the value. So render UI. So force feedback. Here we go. Okay. So we're not very far. We just need to divide it a little bit more. But consider that we are not. Okay, it's I can feel straight away that is inverted, right? So it's inverted. Yeah, it's very similar to Assetto Corsa than what you have. All right, I feel the boat. I feel the boat for the very first time in this game. I feel the boat. I feel what the boat is doing. Basta. I need to remove the ghost. I need to remove the ghost. Well, I think this first feedback is gonna be so simple that Game & Muscle will love it. Right, let's accelerate. I can feel the boat, baby.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's moving through the water. I feel it. I totally feel it.
Let me try.
You don't trust me.
Let me try.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. You need to make it harder.
The fuck?
Yeah, but it's...
Don't say that in front of everybody. I think it's definitely the definition of floating force feedback field. It's really interesting. I'm still trying to make sense of what I'm. Well, that was interesting. I think I popped one rudder, and I totally felt it. Like, boom! The first feedback did a bang. But I'm still quite intrigued. I think I can feel the leeway, which is, you know, what you would expect. It's I cannot wait, sweetie, to try our boat, because I really don't know. I don't have anything to compare to.
What is a layaway po?
What is a leeway? Is the boat not going in the direction that is pointing? Is that the difference between where we're pointing and where we're going? I thought I felt the rudder popping out of the water again, which is very interesting. Actually, these days I'm really thinking that I'm going to add something graphical for the wind, a little bit like Sea of Thieves. So some kind of graphical representation of the wind, because I think it's too much of a limitation to have to read the numbers. I want something, you know, and that's obviously what is missing in the game, is the feel of
Going fast?
Yeah, it's interesting how there it was pushing. Is the force feedback does things that I really don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand what is happening with the force feedback. It's cool, but and we're really struggling to foil. We're really struggling to foil another small problem that we have. Very slow and not foiling. It's also interesting that, as you would expect, the faster you go, the more the force feedback gets hard. Feel like, okay, where you want to go right now? You want to go this way? Why you want to go this way? I'm trying to understand where the force feedback is trying to bring me. It's trying to bring me into the wind, right? Right. It's trying to bring me exactly into the wind. And I think what it is, it's the balance between the wing pressure and my resistant pressure that is probably too much at the back. And what is happening is that the wind wants to rotate the boat into the wind. And what I'm scared is that this means that we need even one more control, either automatic or not, where we want to balance the front and the main wing, so the balance of the boat is correct. So cool that I can feel the waves. Every time the body of the boat touches the water, I feel it on the steering wheel. That's super cool. Right. What happens if I pitch the boat a little bit? I got in the water and I got a boom on the steering wheel. That is so incredibly cool. Too low. See, this is what I don't like, the fact that if I stop looking at the number, it's very difficult to realize that something has changed. I would like to have it somehow more obvious. I don't know how, but I went behind the... It's very, very hard now. Oh, that's very obvious. That's really obvious, falling from those foils like that. Look how I accelerate. Once I remove that foil from the water. Very cool. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I'm feeling. But it's cool. I don't know. I have to make a sense of what I'm feeling on and I think this is really the inexperience coming. I don't know what to expect on the as a feeling in the helm. But you know, it's very interesting. And it's definitely giving a lot of informations about what the boat is doing that I didn't have before. So I feel the boat wanting to turn. And I think it's all down to the balance between the sail, where the sail force comes and where the keel or the foil in the water force comes. So if you have you can imagine that if you have the sail force forward and the keel force back, the boat will want to turn away from the wind. If you have the opposite, if you have the back of the boat, so the sail force this way and the keel force this way, the boat will try to turn into the wind. And I think that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. Amazingly, my to-do list is clean for today. How are you doing? We close? You're just doing the wrap?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did progress?
Yeah, I did the body.
Mm-hmm.
This one. You see?
So hopefully
this checker is so good because you can really see the grid and the colors. Yeah.
So hopefully Wednesday is Substance Painter Day. What do you think?
I hope so.
Right. More fun than that.
Yeah.
Have you chosen the color?
I have to unwrap all this not just the body, also this small stuff, even the screws, the pedals, the helm, these buttons.
Right. So you still have.
Yes.
You still have stuff. Okay.
You cannot unwrap in one day.
Point you in the right direction. I'm not sure about that. But again, it's going to be very important to once we start to get feedback from players and try to understand how things are. And I know already that a lot of players will be asking different cameras. And the answer will be no, because that's the entire point of the game. The entire point of the game is to put yourself in the position of the sailor. So moving the camera out is going to kill completely the entire. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this kind of lines, they give an indication, an idea of where the wind is coming from. But it's one of those things, it's the cool part of game development. It is about investing time into develop something like this, and try it, test it, and see if it actually does what you want. Right, let's go to eat.
Yes.
Right, so I leave you with the appointments. I will be online tomorrow morning for another stream about Assetto Corsa Competizione Artificial Intelligence, and As for us, with Jaxx, we will be back online Wednesday morning, continuing the UI week. If you watch this on YouTube, remember that you can join this stream live, so you can interact with us, ask your questions, and so on. Like, subscribe, and if you can, share this on your social media so as many people as possible will know that there is a new sailing game coming. So have a great day, guys. Have a great day, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, guys. Ciao, ciao. Have a good lunch.